One of the things I thought we'd explore a little bit is the Trinity. I'm getting a lot of questions on this. And I'm not a theologian. I love the Bible. I've studied a lot for 40 years, but I really am most comfortable in the expositional side of things. I'm not a theologian, not professionally trained in that sense, and maybe that's an advantage after the reading I've done lately. But one of the questions we all have is how do we, not with theological definitions, how do we reconcile that concept? One God. One God. And boy, that's emphasized. We'll jump shortly into the Shema and all that. One God, that's for sure, right? And yet, especially in the New Testament, throughout, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And we sort of nod in agreement, we accept all that. And yet, interesting problem. This concept of the Trinity, of course, has been at the heart of intense theological controversies throughout the ages. Some of the greatest minds, Christian minds, have wrestled with this. It turns out that the more you deal with this, with what's called rational apologetics, the deeper quicksand you can get into very quickly. Because it'll turn out, the more you get into this, you'll discover that almost any expression you begin to frame in this area turns out to be full of potholes, minefields, call it what you will. And the more you attempt to study this from just an intellectual or rationalistic point of view, the more misunderstandings occur. One of the reasons I think that we stumble in this area so easily, and I'm not going to take you through all the different theological expressions and why they're wrong, or at least wrong in the minds of other theologians. It's a real minefield, tough area.